It's almost time to go, Sam. Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you.
Good morning, Sam. Sam, this is Die-Hardman. There's a private room set aside for your use. Bridges perk. Take a moment to clean up, wash all that chiralium off, then come to the president's office.
Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak. Welcome back to Stranding. Last time we did episode 1. This time we're taking on episode 2, Amelie. As you progress, you're going to be getting a little statue for things that you encounter or events that occur throughout the game. So I'll be showing those off. Why don't we take a look around the private room for a little bit? Seems like we can shower, look at the sink, look at some suits. Those look different. Examine my table. Oh, Monster Energy. Hell yeah. Can I drink that? Those seem to be the BTs that we've been encountering and kind of what they look like if they were made out of a 3D printed material. They look pretty cool. The zooming in's a little weird because you have to like hold it down with the analog stick. It just doesn't feel right. It's weird. Anyway, if you just like sit down, Norman Reedus will just do whatever he wants. But let's take a shower, wash off all that tar and chiralium off. Get to check out Norman Reedus' naked body in the blurred shower. I don't know if I'll be cutting out most of these, but definitely a few of them. Seems like my feed is all fucked.
Sam, can you hear me?
For fuck's sake. Isn't anything private anymore?
Oh, no. Except for taking a shower and going to the toilet, that is. I take it you were getting yourself cleaned up. Good. Come to the president's office as soon as you're done. She's waiting for you.
Low key, that shower seems lit. I mean, like, you take a shower and then like blow dries you and then fucking pop out and you're all clothed and shit. That seems lit. I'd be down with the shower like that.
You did well, Sam. Thank you. Bridget may no longer be with us, but her legacy has a chance to live on. Sam, listen to me. America, Reconstructionism, her dream isn't dead.
I don't want to hear it.
This is the face of our new hope, our new America.
Amelie.
My mother may be gone, but I'm here. And you, Sam? You're here too.
Been 10 years since you saw each other, right? And in all that time, she hasn't aged a day.
He knows why. My body's still on the beach. I don't get to grow older. But you do, Sam. You look good.
So you're serious then about reconnecting everyone and everything?
Someone has to succeed Bridget, Sam. More importantly, someone has to carry on her legacy and see our country rebuilt. Samantha America Strand, our new president. A new beginning for our people. for our nation. Under Amelie's leadership, we'll re-establish the UCA, the United Cities of America. This is how we'll rebuild our country. But we'll need your help to do it, Sam.
No, I'm through with this. I said my goodbyes to all of you when I said them to Bridget.
We never forgot about you, Sam. You ran away. You cut us off.
Amelie put together an expedition. The best of Bridges won, and went west.
I led them past craters in BT territory. I kept them safe while they searched for survivors.
Never once missed a BT. Saw him coming a mile away.
We convinced community after community to join the UCA, and we left behind our own people to help them. It took us 3 years, but we managed to make it all the way to Edgenot City.
All the way to the Pacific. Jesus.
Yeah, but then everything went to hell. The team was wiped out, and Amelie was taken.
Taken.
I'm not being kept in a cell or anything like that. I'm allowed to use their facilities and to speak with you whenever I want. I just can't leave the city.
It's all to safeguard the continued independence of Edgenot City. Well, that's what our keepers are saying, at least. They want the UCA to leave him be. Amelie's their insurance policy in case we don't.
Who are these assholes again?
Homo Demons. Militant separatist group. They run Edgenot City.
I've heard of them. Bunch of terrorists who go around towns killing people and leaving craters.
Right. Nothing's off limits for them. Not even engineering void outs.
You think the suicide that took out Central Knot was one of theirs?
Could be. There are extremists like the demons everywhere, plotting in the shadows. They're decentralized by nature. No one organization to rule them all. Just a common ideology.
I know not everyone shares our vision for the future. If we Americans don't come together again, humanity won't survive. I carried my mother's message to people all across the country. But not everyone was willing to accept it.
More than a few would rather stay isolated. Keep to themselves. Go it alone. Like you, Sam. They think that America can only be rebuilt by force, by men who tell them what to do, who take away their freedom and put them in shackles.
What'd you put on me, huh? You know better than the demons. Just another kind of cult.
They're not shackles, Sam. They're a symbol of our bonds. That's what we need right now. Not to stand apart, but to come together, to form chiral knots and reconnect.
Sam, we want you to go west and finish what Amelie started. The people she left behind have been hard at work, setting up chiral network terminals. But these terminals are still isolated. We need you to bring them online. And for that, you'll need a Cupid. This contains all the necessary security and operations protocols to integrate a terminal into the chiral web. Take the Cupid west, Sam, and reconnect the people of our great nation. And when you get to Edgenot City, find Amelie and bring her home.
After that, I'll take over the presidency and carry on Mother's work to save the country.
This was Bridget's dying wish. This is how we'll move forward.
Please, Sam. We need you.
I'm Sam Porter Bridges now. I'm not a Strand. Hell, I'm not even part of this outfit. You all saw to that. I'm not getting involved with you, or anyone else, ever again.
Wait!
See? It's like I'm not even here. Same as it ever was.
Sam! Sam! Hold on. Stop! Listen to me. America needs you. Both of you.
Yeah, covering the world in cable didn't bring an end to war and suffering. Don't act surprised when it all comes apart if you try to do it again. Round and round it goes. Connect, reconnect, it's not that simple.
All right, Sam. Just take it easy. I get it. You don't have to commit to anything now. Why not get some rest?
Good idea. We all need our sleep. Leave it too long and you're liable to reconnect with the other side. The necessary maintenance has been completed. Various adjustments and fine-tuning for your benefit. You can use it again. For once, it would seem that Dooms and BBs are a good combination. Or perhaps the two of you have something of an affinity for one another.
Sam. Listen. You are Sam Strand.
No, I'm not. Not anymore. My name is Sam Porter Bridges.
It's a funny word, Strand. A strand is part of rope or bond, while stranding means being washed up on the shore. And being stranded is when you can't go home. I'm stranded now, Sam. Here on the shore of the Pacific. Thousands of miles away, but our bond still holds. You're free, but we're still connected. Don't tell me we're not. Come back, Sam. I'll be waiting for you.
Alright, that was an interesting cutscene.
Sam, this is Die-Hardman. You were out like a log. Must have been beat. Private rooms come with all the basic amenities. Shower, toilet, etc. Drop in when you need to rest. Inspect your gear, review info, or whatever else. If you have any questions, feel free to ask our staff. But before you do, why not check things out for yourself? See how Bridges operates these days.
I was going to until you fucking interrupted me. Piece of shit. So if we take a look at our weapon rack, we can see all the different colors of the costumes and
Hey
stuff.
there. Believe we've met. I oversee delivery operations as well as maintenance and repairs. Nice to have you on board. I'm Mama, in case I didn't mention it before. Those there are strands. Not just used for packing, by the way, but for identification too. Take a closer look and you'll see. See the red there? That's your blood.
Gross. But yeah, so I'm not sure if they'd explain it here or not, but each color is a different thing. So red is like medics, black is security. As you can tell, it's like all beefier and stuff. The blue is like the regular delivery porter Bridges look, and then orange is corpse disposal. So I don't know if I mentioned that. I feel like I did.
Sam, this is Deadman. I calibrated your BB based on physiological data we collected from you earlier. It's still just a best guess, though. After you take it out for a spin, we can check if you're in sync and tweak the BB sensitivity as needed.
This case will remove any chiral matter still clinging to your suit. Speaking of suits, blue is for delivery personnel, red for medical, orange for corpse disposal, and black for security.
Yep, so it was explained there. You can actually change the color scheme of your suit, but only after you beat the game. At the moment, you can only change items that you have, such as your Ludens glasses, which are really neat. And if I'm not mistaken, they are a real-life piece of material that you can wear in real life. Like, those are real sunglasses that you can get. And I kind of want some now, now knowing of that fact. But it's pretty cool. You can, like, change the color of them, and like you get like a hat, you can change the color of the hat or whatever later on, so it's pretty neat. You can even sew the BB in there, and that can link up to your connection with the BB. But I haven't checked out the sync yet, so let's see what the sync has in store for us. And we can look ourselves in the mirror. Using the right analog stick, we can do whatever we want. We can even take a picture if we so wish. I'm not going to spend all that much time here. Now, I'm not sure if I remember correctly if it's just one direction does something, or if it's like different directions take or do like multiple actions. I don't remember how it works. Or like you can just rotate the stick and just do different shit. I don't know. But it's just funny seeing Sam, or Norman Reedus rather, just doing these weird ass animations like Why are you sitting on the sink, Sam? Get your ass off the sink. You can't shit there. But yeah, I just wanted to look at the rude dick. Anyway, I just wanted to see like the different actions you can do and stuff. And I actually turned on the sink. I think that's what I was trying to do. I was like, can I use the sink? Like, do one of these actually work with the sink? That'd be really funny if it didn't, but it did. So yeah, just wanted to do different what's called directions, I guess. Don't worry, we won't be spending all that much time here in the what's called the private room. I just wanted to take a look at all of them just because we're gonna be spending quite a bit of time here. Let's say number 3. Oh, looks like I can take a piss. I'm gonna go take a piss now.
Sam, Hartman here, researcher devoted to uncovering the secrets of the beaches and the Death Stranding, as well as those of dooms and repatriates. When you relieve yourself, a certain amount of chiral matter is flushed from your system. Chiral matter can adversely affect hormone secretion and nervous function. There's a correlation between exposure and the development of phobias, as well as, in extreme cases, violent and suicidal impulses. Chiralium contamination has even been postulated as a trigger for the onset of dooms. Allow me to collect a sample of your excretions for my studies. They provide a non-invasive means to monitor your exposure to chiralium and your overall health.
So yeah, much like in real life, you can pee and poop in this game. Mostly pee.
With that terminal there, you can browse the bridge's database, which has info on a range of subjects. You don't have clearance for everything, but there's still plenty you might find informative.
Yeah, we'll be taking a look at all the other data and stuff at the end of the game and the final part. But for the most part, this terminal right here is just pausing the game, and you get to see like all your tips and any datas and stuff like that. If I'm not mistaken, these tips appear during the loading screens. So like as you're sitting waiting for it to load, you know, tips will flash up, and you can read them if you're fast enough or whatever. Or you can just see them all here. You have interviews and logs and stuff. We're going to be taking a look at all those in part 23. But this is the music player, so as you progress, you're going to be listening to random musics that appear in the game as you're walking around, and you can listen to them in full here, if you so wish. Now, I don't know if you can listen to the music while you're walking. I haven't experimented with that, but yeah, I haven't figured that out. Also, you can save here and load, so that's useful, and you can mess around with your controls and stuff. But that was the end of that session, so now we're back with the new session 2, I believe, and we're continuing on with the game.
Well, have you had a chance to think it over? Chock full of chiralium, but safe for you Dooms guys to wear. That's all you'll need to go forth and reconnect the world. To make us whole again.
I'm a porter. I don't care about connecting anything. Or making knots. But I'll do what I have to help Amelie out.
Listen up, Sam. The terminals Amelie's people built in the towns and cities they passed through on their journey west are called knots. The infrastructure's there, but the Cairo network is offline. Right now, it's only capable of transmitting voice communications, sometimes wired, sometimes wireless, and a small amount of data. So, unless the necessary data is stored on site, our chirograms won't show up. Amelie and the other Bridges members you've seen around the place are grams generated with local data, in case you didn't know. Anyway, all you've got to do is find the knot, connect your Cupid, and bring Cairo communications online. Once you connect it to the terminal, you'll be able to initiate zero-time massive data transmission with the UCA network. And just like that, you'll reconnect us not only to each other, but to our past. All the lost and fragmented junk data will be compiled and restored, like bringing a dinosaur back to life from a fossil. 4.6 billion years of history on Earth. All the wisdom and knowledge we lost since the Death Stranding will be ours again. And that, my friend, is how we'll beat this thing. Once you establish Cairo communications, generating grams won't be an issue. You'll also be able to use Cairo printers. Won't be long before we're able to send all kinds of things through the wire.
Except anything original. Or that's got a soul. Nothing real. Just copies.
True. Which is why we'll still need porters like you. Before and after we're made whole, we'll need men in the middle.
No rest for the wicked, huh?
Yeah, well, idle hands and all that. We'll give you the details at the dispatch terminal. Make sure you check it upstairs. Drop's waiting up there too.
These shoes look like they've done some serious miles. Shall I dispose of them?
Wait. Hold on. There's something I want you to look into. My blood seemed to set those things off. Happened more than once.
Set them off? How do you mean?
I don't know. You took my blood, didn't you? You tell me.
All right. I'll see what I...
Sorry, Lisa. Don't worry. I'll take care of him. I promise you. Baby. Baby. Baby, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Steady.
Apologies about that little skip there, guys. I have no idea what that was about during the cutscene. Luckily I had the subtitles on so you guys could have read it. But yeah, so after every time we leave, there's usually a little cutscene with a random gentleman, the father of a BB, maybe this one. But let's check out what the terminal has to say.
Die-Hardman. Your current objective is to extend the Cairo network from here to Port Knot City. But don't think you can make a beeline straight for it. Signal won't carry that far. To cover the distance, we need to utilize knots. Think of it like tying ropes together to make a longer rope. The first of these knots is a bridge's Waystation. Go ahead and take a look at the order. Deliver whatever they need, and connect the Cupid.
But yeah, my capture card has been acting up recently. I don't know what's going on, so I might have to get a new one. That or I have to get a new computer and then new capture card, because this game's going to take me a long time. But anyway, we're going to be doing Mission 4, Smart Drug Delivery, Waystation west of Capital Knot City. That's a mouthful. But we get to check out what the missions are like in this game.
Order summaries may contain information critical to your success. Make sure to review them before getting underway.
They're usually just like, don't destroy the cargo, make it under a certain amount of time. It's really not that big a deal. Some of them are like, oh yeah, bring a certain amount of them, but honestly, I wasn't really paying attention when looking through the menus. Which, by the way, brings me to one of my points that I don't really like about this game, is that I feel like the menus in this game are a tad bit complicated. I just find them really complicated. I seem to have an issue with confirming things, just figuring out how to handle things in the menu.
We've supplied you with some rope and a ladder for this run. They should help with the steeper inclines, and the ladder will also make a halfway decent bridge if you need to cross a river. Right now, I figure you're thinking about how you want to handle this order.
And I also had a really hard time reading a lot of the text like on my TV when playing it. I feel like the text itself is really small And albeit when it's on black, the white text is fine, but when it's on like the lighter colors, like especially where it says like details, picture of the ladder, the damage, whatever, like on the right hand side, that small text is even hard to read, even though I'm like up close to the fucking screen right now. So like it's just a little nitpick that I have with the game, and it can be really cumbersome to customize your loadouts and stuff. But what I'm doing here, and I don't know if I'll be showing most of these, but what I tend to do is I like to put objects on the suit. So let's say I have a ladder or the anchor points or whatever. I tend to attach them to the suits. You have 4 spaces to attach objects to your suit, including 1 space for your tool rack, and you can put everything else on your back. Now, certain objects can be put into a utility pouch, such as blood bags, which we'll be getting into much later on in the game. And even further later on in the game, we'll be able to put different objects on our pouch in the back of our carrying case, like that thing that we put all our orders on and stuff. You can see like there's little notches on there. Later on, we'll be even able to put stuff on there that'll help us out with our journey, but that'll be explained later on. For right now, we're just more concerned about getting the anchors onto our suit, ladders onto our tool racks, and our objects, our packages that need to be delivered onto our back. So we're going to be just preparing and stuff. So I don't know if I'll be showing most of these. I don't remember if I left a lot of them in. I don't know if I cut most of this out. Honestly, I don't remember. But for the most part, I put all the packages on my back, unless I put them on a bike or something, which we'll get on there. We'll get to there later. You can even put stuff not on your body, put it on the ground, so that way it's not weighing you down. But remember, when you pick it up, you're still going to be carrying that weight. So honestly, it doesn't matter that it's on your back or if it's on the ground. Only boots go on your boot clip, and later on we'll be getting gloves that you can put on your hands. I don't think there's any other specific place to put them unless you have multiple pairs of gloves. However, along the way we will be finding things called, I think they're called sandal weeds or saddle weeds. Out of saddle or sandal, I don't remember. And they don't actually take up space on your person. They don't add weight to you or whatever, but they act like more boots that you can wear, although they're really shitty. But I do recommend having at least one of them on you when doing things. And see right there, what ended up happening was I fucked up. And I wanted to show this off. Shut up, Die-Hardman. I don't give a shit. So what happened there was I hit the wrong button. And normally when I play a video game, most menus that I play allow you to hit circle or triangle or whatever to back out of the menu and close it, while keeping the things that you've done already done, right? But in this game, you have to make sure that you confirm all your actions and make sure that everything is locked into place. And I don't think I like that much. I think it's really annoying and cumbersome. Albeit you can just hold X and place everything on your back, call it a day, and then hold X again to confirm. Sure. But it's a little unnecessary, I feel. But now we get to begin our mission in episode 2, Amelie, to head west by starting off with order number 4, Smart Drug Delivery, Waystation west of Capital Knot City. Fuck, that's a long fucking mouthful. So now we get to begin our little journey, and I get to actually talk for the first time in this episode. Finally, it's been half an hour of cutscenes. Fuck you, Die-Hardman. Yeah, I checked it like 4 times, okay? Because the menus suck in this game. Fuck you, alright? God damn it. Anyway, you can see these little holograms, like they like pat you on your back or whatever. But we're gonna pause the game. I'm not gonna show most of my pauses, just because some of them I just mess around with the loot on the back, which you can do from the pause menu. If you have a cargo and you want to like move it around or whatever, you can do it from there. So my plan right now is to most likely just go across all these rivers and then see if I can go around this mountain range right here. This mountain range seems to be cumbersome, so I want to go around it, not really have to deal with climbing. Use my ladders and such for the rivers if needed. Maybe my best option is to not cross that really thick river and see if there's an easier way around it across these 2 rivers and then make it that way. That's pretty much how I'm thinking. Of course, this is just me planning the first route, you know. So you can plan multiple routes. If you don't like a route, you can hold square and it just removes everything. those lines that are on the map that I didn't create, those are just routes that I've taken throughout missions and stuff. So perhaps other people have taken those routes, and as you can see, the dotted line is created, and you can follow it if you so wish. You can't climb over this. There's an invisible wall there. But Sam can double jump. I don't know if I mentioned that in the first place, but that's the double jump right there. And the BB really likes it when you double jump. So as you progress through the game, keep double jumping and get them likes.
Sam, you see that sign someone left over there?
Now go fuck yourself,
Leave some
Die-Hardman.
of your own if you'd like.
That's nice, dude.
Messages, warnings, words of encouragement, whatever comes to mind.
Yep, I was gonna get to that. So to leave a sign, what you do is go into first person mode or your compass mode by holding L1 and then pressing triangle, and you have a bunch of these signs, and you can see what they all do. Like the ghost is BTs, you have the little skull for the mules, you know, there's a bunch of stuff. Really useful. Actually, a lot of the people that play this game have, at least in my experience, have left really decent signs that helped me along the way. I feel like I've left signs that people have helped. There's this one sign that's like a little turbo looking button, like 3 arrows or 2 arrows or something pointing upwards. I think it's called like speed up or something. If you're on a motorized vehicle, if you go through one of those, you instantly start to turbo through, which is pretty neat. It's a nice little detail. What do you want from my life, Die-Hardman?
The best porters have been known to lose their cargo.
I don't care.
You're better than the best. You've got what it takes to finish what they started.
Oh, fuck you. I
Come across
literally
any
don't care.
abandoned shipments. Consider taking them to their intended destination.
Well, yeah, if I'm going in the right direction, I'll go there.
See, all our packages are tagged with Bridges IDs for easy tracking.
See, that one says Capital Knot City. That's back there where we were just at.
Detect said IDs. Which is a roundabout way of saying, but that thing on your shoulder can help you locate mislaid shipments.
Yep. So yeah, I in the beginning I was looking out for these lost cargoes and stuff, but as I went on, I realized just how long this game was going to be, and if I had picked up literally every package I saw, I would lose my fucking mind. This game is long, man.
Remember,
So,
Sam,
if I'm not
every
going in the
parcel is a
direction,
promise made to a person in
dude,
need.
I don't care. You're not trying to guilt trip me into picking up packages, okay, Die-Hardman? I seriously don't care. If it's not going in the direction that I'm heading, I'm not picking it up. And that's what I was going to say, is that if the package is going in the direction that I'm going into, let's say if it's going to the Waystation west of Capital Knot City, my current destination, then yes, I might pick it up. If I have the weight for it, if I have the ability to carry it, whatever, I might pick it up. I'm not guaranteed to pick up every package I see, and I really hope not everyone picks up every lost package either. Lost packages just act like standard packages. They're just an extra thing that you can collect along the way and bring it over to wherever you're going. This game is super long, and like I said, I don't want everyone, like people that play this game, just let you know, don't pick up every package that you see along the way unless there's a reason for it, you know what I mean? Unless you're going in that specific direction, like, yeah, sure, whatever. Or it's like, oh, this is along the way, whatever, I can bring it. If it's going to be there, it's going to be there. And eventually it will deteriorate over time and break and be damaged and whatever. It's really okay. Don't worry about it. I remember when I started playing this game, I was panicking a little bit because I was like, oh, I got to collect everything. This is all counting towards my score or whatever, like the first mission was. But no, these are just packages that people have left. Like people who have played this game have left behind for whatever reason. They're just lost cargoes. I don't know if these ones are specifically from people that left the packages behind. These might not be, but I'm going in the wrong direction. I don't know why I'm picking this up, because I'm not going to Capital Knot City. Capital Knot City is back there, where we just left Capital Knot City. So this is really dumb. But you can pick up like items and stuff. And there are a lot better ways to handle lost cargo and packages. We'll be tackling those a little later, but they're called post boxes. And essentially what you do is if you pick up lost cargo and you see a post box, you can just drop off your lost cargo, and someone else will probably pick it up and deal with it if they're going in that direction, if you see a post box. Now, I didn't do it for this playthrough just because I wasn't in the mood to deal with other people's stuff, because already this is a 40-hour plus game, and I figured I'd be here for like an entire month just rendering the playthrough. You know, it's 2 hours for this video. It is going to take me like at least 8 or 9 hours to render it out. Uploading is not that big of an issue. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. I'm thinking like every other day, but honestly, I don't know if I want to do that every other day. I haven't really thought about that. And it kind of sucks since I don't have like a community tab. I can't like ask for how you guys want to do it, or rather receive it. I'm thinking since like these episodes are long, that they're long anyway, so I figured like no one wants to watch like a 2-hour video, like fucking movie, and watch it in one day, and the next day there's like another 2-hour movie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like give it like a day break. Maybe in the meantime I can record a smaller game. I took a nasty fall there. I wasn't looking at my screen. But it seems like we're going into BT territory right now. So the BTs only are... Yeah, here it is, BT territory. So BT territories are predominantly in timefall areas, so when it rains or when it snows, likely chances of there being a BT action is pretty high up there. So my route took me around the mountain, and around the mountain there's BT territory, so I'm like, fuck that, I don't like dealing with the BTs because I don't know how to handle them at the moment. I'm gonna go around them. So we're gonna climb up this mountain instead. Cool, fair deal. We're gonna be breaking my path a bit, and I should probably heal the BB, but he seems to be fine right now. His meter's all the way up, or near all the way up, so it's not too bad. And if I walk away, I get little claps from the BB. By the way, that's not the scanner doing all like the thumbs up or like the clapping or whatever. That's actually the BB itself, the bridge baby, doing that, because it's in control of all of the entire scanner is its control, so it can do whatever it wants with it. Other than like looking for packages, which is under Sam's control, the BB actually controls the scanner. Other than that, so like all the unique movements, that's the BB. So we seem to bump into another area, the BTs, but since I'm so far out of its way, it's not even going to affect me. Because as you can see, the scanner is like looking behind me. I don't have to deal with it because I know I'm going the right way, or rather away from it. So as Die-Hardman so rudely interrupted, and as all the other characters will be doing throughout this playthrough, he was mentioning that the timefall will damage your cargo, and yes, that is true. Your cargo will get damaged, but it takes a while for it to get damaged, and you can wait out the storm if you want. For instance, if you go over here to that little rock that I'm heading towards right now, it's just enough for me to hide underneath for a little bit and not have to deal with the rainfall. Right here. You know, I can just hide under here for a little bit. My hood goes away after a second probably, and like I'm not under the timefall, so I can actually just wait out the storm here for however long it takes. Usually the storms only last a few minutes, maybe 10-ish minutes or so. And just like that, the storm is gone. See? So you can just wait it out a little bit. It's pretty cool. I like that mechanic. That's a pretty nice touch. What I really like about this game is the sense of isolation you feel as you progress. Like, you're the only person walking around. And it's just really cool. Like, I don't really want to spoil much, but I don't know if I'm going to be seeing anything in this part. Maybe in the next part. But yeah, it's really cool that you're like the only person around. And the only interaction that you have with other people are the occasional signs or the occasional like stuff that's built by other players. I think that sense of the game is amazing, and I love that about this game. The sense of camaraderie is awesome about it. So let's see if I can figure out how to build a bridge across this big ass river. Spoilers, I can't. You can't build a bridge across this big of a river, but you can place a ladder here like an idiot and not pick it up later. But you can cross it, but eventually you'll enter the water and you're going to have to cross the water. So we're going to have to dismantle the ladder by holding the options button. I said by holding the options button. Okay. Alright, hold on. I'm having a slight DSP moment. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I said dismantle the fucking... There we go. Oh, shit. Did it work? There we go. So the ladder is dismantled, and what happens when you dismantle an object from that you built or something else that someone else built, it just evaporates into the air and no longer exists in the game. It's kind of tragic. It's sad.
Always like the quiet.
Shut up, Sam. But no, it just dismantles it. I don't like dismantling other people's stuff because they built it, they might be using it. And actually, I don't even know if it affects their game. To be quite honest with you, I have no idea. Here's another thing I'll be carrying to Central Knot City. This big ass one. This is the worst decision I've ever made in my entire life. These big cargos are super easy for Sam to lose his weight, clearly, because they're heavy and they're weighted right onto one side. So I'm starting to lean over to the right-hand side. But look at that, 32 kilograms of just what I have on my back. If I pick that up, that shit goes up to like 70, man. That thing's heavy. And I can piss. What? I can pee in this game? I'm gonna start peeing whenever I can, man. Let's build a ladder, or rather a bridge, across this little chasm so that I can walk across the river without having to get all wet. If I was smart... Oh yeah, look at that, 90 kilograms. Jesus Christ, man, that's a lot of fucking weight. If I was smart, I would put that on my back. And I don't know if you can like your own things. I don't remember if you can. But what you can do is like other people's creations and stuff. You know, so if you find, I don't know, let's say someone builds a rope. And you can use that rope. You can give it a like. Actually, you can give it multiple likes, not just one like. You can give it like 10 likes. 100 likes even. As you progress the game and as you increase your porter rank, which we'll be doing, well, I'll be showing that up. But as you progress in your porter rank, every 10 in one of the 5 categories, you gain an extra ability that you weren't able to do before. For instance, I believe it's miscellaneous. If you get miscellaneous up to like level 10 or 20, you gain the ability to give more likes for more time. You can give more likes for a longer period of time. And it's so you can go from giving like 10 likes to like 20 likes to like 100 likes. And it all depends on how quickly you spam that button. That's pretty neat. I won't be showing all the likes just because I tend to like everything I see. At least in the beginning, I used to just run around and like everything I saw. And I would give like people like 100 likes. Like, I'm saying like a lot. Fuck, like has no meaning to me anymore. But I would give people like 100 likes. And I would just sit there for maybe like, I don't know, a few seconds or so. It's not even that long. It's like maybe 10 seconds. And it's just dead air, you know? So I just cut it out. You know, show the beginning, show the end, and then move on. I do it a few times. It was really annoying too because like I'd walk from one structure to another structure and then just spend a few minutes like just liking things. I really hate the word like now. It's kind of annoying. But we made it to our destination finally. So let's make this delivery to Waystation west of Capital Knot City. We're gonna hit that delivery. I hit the wrong button. Motherfucker. Let's put this thing on my back real quick. Alright, now we're overcumbered. Perfect. Actually, I don't think I'm overcumbered. But now we're gonna make the delivery. Deliver requested cargo. Now, if you're making a delivery to requested cargo, like the first option, you actually deliver everything that you have to the terminal itself. So let's say I found things that go to this way station along the way, and I click this choice. I won't just be delivering order number 4 but I'll also be delivering any lost cargo along the way that I find. So that's pretty nice
Delivering cargo.
about this game. But let's meet our person that we delivered this thing to.
We've all been feeling the loss of Central Knot City. No one seemed to know what it meant for the organization, or the UCA, or us. But the oxytocin will take the edge off, and that'll be a big help. Won't be long before we're back on track. We may have a luck. This is great. Thank you again. Yeah, everything looks to be in good order. And soon our Waystation will be too, I hope.
Thanks, man. I only fell like 1 or 2 times. So that's pretty cool. So let's see what kind of path we took. It seems like we took a super long path. Maybe one that's unnecessary. Say you probably would have taken a straight line, climb up a little mountain, and then climb back down the mountain. I feel like that would have been a little easier. But as you can see, like I went around, grabbed that package, went back around, followed it, whatever. Crossed the river a few times. Only 6% damage. That's not that bad. That's pretty good. And I got an S-ring for it. Now I don't know how the ranking systems work. But as you can see, 2 stars means that this Waystation will now join the UCA. And here is the porter grade. So if we can make it to level 10 in one of the categories, I can show off what you're going to be getting. So I think miscellaneous is the first one I get to level 10, but it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting there. But after you make to level 10 in any category, you gain certain ability that you haven't gotten back.
You're with the second team, right? Where are the others?
Dead. Caught in the void out.
No way. That one blast got them all? And what, they just sent you out on your own? I mean, if it was just a delivery, that'd be one thing. Porters come through from time to time, but the second team was meant to bring the Cupid. They were gonna connect us up. 3 years we've been waiting for help. 3 years. And they sent us one guy. Shit. Tell me you brought more than the Oxy, at least.
I've got the Cupid.
You... Really? So it's true. They finally got it working. Well, then you just might be the answer to my prayers. So what are you waiting for? You put us on the goddamn grid.
And some people will like being on the grid, and other people don't. But you have to convince them to join the grid by doing multiple deliveries to them. We're going to be seeing an individual later on. I don't know if it's this episode or the next episode or the episode after that. Or rather, part, I guess. I hate it when games have like episodes and not chapters. Because when I say episode, I'm talking like predominantly like the part of the video playthrough that I'm doing, not episode that I'm in the game. It's annoying and confusing and unnecessary. But yeah, I don't know if it's in the next part or the part after that where we'll be meeting the specific individual that I'm thinking of. But yeah, some people don't want to join the UCA. Some of them just want you to deliver pizzas. You know, it doesn't. It's just like it's just part of the game. 1 star, you join the grid, but not the UCA.
Capital Knot City confirmed.
And 2 stars
It's really
joins the
happening.
UCA.
Just like Amelie promised. We can finally do what we came here to do. Hey, you're headed west, right? Gonna be a lot of people happy to see you. Guess you'll keep on till you hit the coast, huh? Which means you'll get to see Amelie in person. Oh, that's something. That is really something. Me, I've never met her. Only seen her holo messages back when I was with the first expedition. Well, anyway, you best be careful on the road. There's some bad people out there. More than good, some say. But I don't need to tell you that.
Thank you, Sam. By bringing that Waystation into the Cairo network, you've put it in direct contact with those of us back here in Capital Knot City.
Right. What's next?
West of the Waystation are a couple of structures our previous expedition put in place. And beyond them is your next destination, Port Knot City. It's on the shore of a crater lake that formed after the first void out. Your objective is to link up Port and Capital Knot. But to do that, you'll need to utilize our facilities as additional waypoints. They'll be essential for establishing a stable connection. Given the distance we need to cover, we're looking at using a distribution center and a power station. as to which you should head for first. Start with the distro center. We've got some cargo that needs delivering anyway. Check the nearby delivery terminal to pick it up.
Alrighty, so yeah, the end of chapter 2 is actually when we make it to that city. But I think I'm going to head back to Capital not real quick to deliver off all this cargo, just so that I'm not weighed down all the way. You feel me? So I don't think I'm going to be showing that entire journey. Maybe I do. I don't know. It seems like I do. But whenever I have to go back to a place that we've already done or been to, unless it's like really a specific thing, like there's a mission that there's a chapter, like the whole chapter is the point of backtracking, I'll show that off. Like I'm not gonna just cut out that, you know. Oh yeah, here I am giving likes to this ladder.
This one's for you.
And that sound that the BB's making is like he's really content with himself. He's just like all happy about himself and stuff. But yeah, so you can give likes to ladders and anchors and even trikes and stuff. But like I was saying earlier, when a distribution center or a prepper or whatever makes it to 1-star, they join the network. Yes, they technically do join the network, but you can't use them as a fabrication center. So you'd have to make it to the 2nd-star to do that, and that's when they join the UCA officially, not just the network. And then when they do that, you can use it to make boots or weapons or whatever. You can use that facility's resources to fabricate items to help you along the way. Only big distribution centers like Capital Knot City, Mount Knot City, Edge Knot City, whatever. Or, I don't know about Edge Knot City, but like just like the big distribution centers. Only those can make vehicles, which we'll be getting into a little later. And you know, like you'll know when you can make a vehicle. It's when you can enter their private rooms when you can make a vehicles. There's a garage in there too that you can store vehicles in. And when you park the vehicle on the private room circle and enter it, it gets repaired. So it'll be interesting. It'll be useful for that. But yeah, I just want to show off the backtracking, I guess, for this part. I don't know if I'm going to be showing it off on the way back, because there is a mission at that Waystation that I was just at that has a mission for us, predominantly how to build a Postbox, which I'll be showing off to some of those missions. I won't be doing all of those missions, but some of them. Later on, I think in this episode, I believe, we'll be getting the ability to do standard missions, which are essentially just side missions. Like standard orders are just side missions. They're not particularly important. You don't have to do them, but what they do is give you an opportunity to increase your rank with whatever area that you're going to. It's just a way to pad out the game. You know, just a way to keep playing it. I mean, I would probably do it on my own if I felt like it. I haven't played this game since I beat it, mostly because I don't want to be wasting my time when I can be working on this game. I don't mean that in like a rude way, but like I said, this game does, like if I have nothing to do, then yeah, I'll probably pick it back up. But like I've been kind of busy lately, especially with like the end of the semester, and this game really is super long. I'm going to be saying that quite a bit. But yeah, this game is dumb long. I don't necessarily think it needed to have all those extra side missions in order to play through the game. I feel like you could have just done whatever. But then it would have been useless about the stars, you know what I mean? Like getting extra equipment and various whatevers, you know, like I guess then fine, whatever. Having the standard missions will help with that, but I don't know, man. I like this game, but I do think it's super long. It's really time consuming, so I don't know if it lends itself to like the short bursts of playthroughs, playtimes. You know, like how what's it called? Like, so there are games for like handhelds, like Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon. You know, like that lends itself to a mission-based structure, much like this game does, in order to progress throughout the game. But those missions are typically kind of short, and they're really designed so that you can sit down and play the game for 10, 20, 30 minutes while you're on the go, you know, just like whatever.
Too close.
But this game has a mission-based structure, but some of these missions last upwards of an hour, you know, like it takes you a long time to get from point A to point B. And C and D and E, you know, like whatever the task is that you have to do. Like this game takes a lot of time to beat. So I don't know if the mission-based structure is necessarily the best structure for this game to have taken, you know, but at the same time I don't see like how else they could have done it. It's not like Metal Gear 5, how the missions in those games, the longest one I can think of took me about like 30 minutes, you know, like that's because I took my time and like snuck my way into a facility trying not to get seen and stuff, trying to get an S rank. You know, I just took my time to get the S ranks in that game. But in this game it's like not really necessary, I guess is the best way to put it. But like there's no other way that makes sense other than the mission structure for a game like this, where you're a porter and you have to make it from one point to another, you know. So that's kind of like a weird line to be on. Honestly, it's like I don't know how I would have figured that out. Like I don't know if there's really another way to do it like this other than the missions. But just to let you know, there's like 74 missions in this game. And I would say maybe 6 of them, I guess I really couldn't say are like full-on missions. Because a lot of those are just like get back here, get to this point. You know, you don't have to carry anything. It's just like getting, like, you're the package in those missions. So I don't know if I would necessarily consider those. I think some of those other missions are just like boss fights. You know, there's a few boss fights in the game. So like I don't know if I would really consider those as missions, but I guess I would have no other choice but to, because that's just how the game is programmed, I guess. So like realistically, there's only about like high 60s, maybe like 68 missions or so, something like that, bordering 69 missions. And you know, there's a lot of content in this game. There really is. But what I do like about this game is its visuals. I think this game is gorgeous. I know I've gushed about that in like the last episode or the episode before that. Like I know I've talked about that, but God, sometimes you'll be walking up a hill and you'll like look over and you'll just see like this vast landscape. And it just looks beautiful. Like I don't know what it is about like these I wouldn't say hyper realistic, but like these really realistic-esque landscapes I find so, I won't say breathtaking, but like so beautiful to look at. Is just, man, there's just a lot of detail. I like how the light engine like hits off the rocks, you know, like it just looks real. It's just a really good looking game. The visuals are beautiful. I like the audio too. I like the diegetic sound, the sound of the rain, and how Sam's boots touch like the wet grass and the mud sometimes, or like if he's on rocks, you can hear like the rocks crumble. You know, thunder and lightning and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's like just a lot of that kind of small details that I feel like people don't pay much attention to really adds to the environment of this game and the ambiance that it has. I think this game is just really well crafted, really well done. Oh yeah, the cantina. I didn't talk about that. So the canteen that you have, the thing that's filled with Monster Energy, when you drink your Monster Energy to refill your life energy, and here comes the music again, yay. We're near the thing. Why are you playing it now? But yeah, when you're near... Oh, sorry. Excuse me. When you drink the Monster Energy from your cantina, let's say you finish it, right? what you can do is wait in the timefall or wait in a river, and it'll gradually refill the cantina. The cantina itself auto refills.
Thanks for the help.
So this is a post box.
Today's a good day.
What you can do is walk up to it, activate the terminal, and you can drop things off. Let's say you find all this cargo. All this cargo I found is lost cargo. What you can do is put it into the post box by making a deliver lost cargo, and then do that. You can even put items in a share locker, and the share locker is very simple. It's just objects that you put that you can donate to other players. Not to spoil much, but you'll be getting weapons. So let's say you have an extra weapon that you don't need, or let's say you find weapons throughout the game, or just materials like metals or whatever, and you find those outside in the open. What you can do is share them with the community, and people can use it to help build structures in their game or whatever. It's pretty neat. I took a bad stumble there. I don't know what happened. Most likely what ended up happening was that I wasn't holding the shoulder buttons like you see me doing right now. So I probably just lost balance while walking, which tends to happen in this game. Yep, and here's another post box, so I'm going to like the hell out of this, even though I don't really use the post boxes all that often. Oh hey, another lost delivery cargo for Capital Knot City? Oh neat, I'm heading that way. I'll take it, I guess. Yoink. Nice. Alrighty. So let's cross this shallow river right here. And up, not as shallow as I thought. So, yeah, that's one thing I want to talk about. The rivers in this game. Some of those rivers look like they're shallow as hell. So I'm like, oh, I could walk that. And then I'll end up drowning and like flowing down the river, unable to stop myself. Or like I lose cargo because the river does not look as shallow as I thought it did. Maybe it's because I'm a dumbass. I don't know. That's probably what it is. It's probably just like, oh yeah, this looks shallow. Takes a step in, drowns. Fucking autistic screeching. And then, like some of the like super big rivers look like they're gonna swallow me whole. And, like I take a step in, it doesn't even like go up to Sam's knees. It's like, what the fuck? What is this shit? I mean, I guess granted, I guess I don't go to a lot of rivers. I don't, like in real life, like I don't fucking go to a lot of rivers. And like the only rivers I have been to are like the kinds that I go in to swim because they're not flowing very heavily. You know, they're just like the ones that I've been to. Like, fuck it, I don't even go into the Hudson, man. That shit will fucking... I mean, unless I want to grow an extra arm, I don't think I want to go into the Hudson River. Or, what's that fucking place called? Dykeman? Is it Dykeman? No, not Dykeman. Spite and Dival. Fuck. There's this area near where... Like, some area near the city called Spite and Dival. Near New York City. And it just like apparently it, like I don't know much about the area too well, but like as my girlfriend was telling me, she was like, yeah, that's where like two bodies of water meet, and there's like a fucking slight flow in the water right there that like fucking spins people out because there's two flows of water like hitting each other. It becomes like a slight whirlpool effect. Like, don't swim there, you'll drown. I'm like, okay, cool. I wouldn't swim there either way because I'll fucking grow a fourth eye and a fourth testicle, you know, like just fucking just start growing shit that's unnecessary. Man, the Hudson is so fucking polluted, man. It's really bad. It's not like the River Thames though, like or River Thames in London. Man, that shit, I feel like if you go in there, you'll like... Have you ever seen like the Simpsons movie? You know the Simpsons movie in the part where Bart pokes the fish in the eye, or maybe it was a squirrel, I don't know if it was a squirrel or fish, in the eye, and there's like, it has like 1,000 eyes. That's what the River Thames would do. It just makes you grow like 1,000,000 fucking eyes on your face, and you just become like this eye monster. That's what the River Thames would be like. I don't know if it's gotten any better, but so man, that river looked horrible. I remember looking at pictures of it, and it's just like, that's disgusting. How could we let that happen? Then I look at my backyard, and it's just like, wow, we let that happen. really badly. Fuck. We're all hypocrites. How the fuck did I start talking about the... Oh yeah, the rivers in this game. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, Nick Easton, that's the guy that we deliver stuff to in Capital City. He's like the dude we talk to. First we're gonna be meeting, I guess.
Too close.
But we finally made it back to Capital City. It only took us a few minutes, honestly. It was like what, 20 minutes? We finished that first mission in 53 minutes, and then it's 1 hour and 11 now, so yeah, about 20 minutes. It wasn't too bad. That's what I'm saying though, is like if it's gonna take me a while to get back from one point to another, and there's like some backtracking, I'm just gonna cut it out. Just because we're gonna be sitting here listening to me talk about fucking the rivers and shit. I'm gonna run out of things to say, you know. Fuck, I gotta fill 2 fucking hours, man. Well, not even. A lot of it's gonna be cutscene anyway. It's a Kojima game. There's really not much you can do about that. The man likes making movies, but he just happens to make movies that we get to play. All right, that's just what it's like, okay? And it's all like metaphorical and it's all literal at the same time, and it makes little to no sense until it's explained, and it's all fucking weird. God, I love Kojima. He makes some weird shit. Fuck, is it entertaining. Alright, yeah, so now we get to learn how to fabricate shit.
Your hard work's paying off, Sam. Thanks to the increase in network capacity, HQ is now in a position to provide you with it. Should prove useful.
So, when you fabricate items, just know whatever you make... Oh, hold on. He's gonna start talking again.
I see you brought in some lost cargo. Feel free to submit it here for processing. If you come across any more while out on a run and don't think you can carry it to its destination, you can always put it in storage. It'll be safe and secure until another porter comes along to finish the job. Even if it has to pass through a dozen more hands before it arrives, you can rest easy knowing you did your part.
So, like I was saying, whatever you fabricate in the world, let's say post boxes, for instance. The more post boxes you put in the world, the less bandwidth the game has. Or rather, the less bandwidth the world has to make more stuff. So we got to balance out, as a community, pretty much, what deserves to be there and what doesn't. But there's more than enough bandwidth to, like, you're not going to run out of bandwidth.
New guy, Sam Bridges.
You must be Nick Easton.
Gotta say, I really appreciate you going the extra mile.
Cool, thanks, dude, I guess. Thanks for building those watchtowers. That was pretty nice of you, I guess. Must have taken up some of your rare materials. But as you can see, we're going to be we're going to be getting a 3rd star, and I'm going to show off what happens when you get, like, the stars. As you progress and keep building your connection levels with these areas, you'll be getting items. And in this level, for instance, if you pick up the 3rd star, you're going to be getting a hat. If I was smart, I would have pressed X to skip through, but I didn't actually see that in the bottom right-hand corner until like a little later on in the game, so I was just like, wow, this is taking a while. And I guess that's a point. Like, I guess there doesn't need to be all these little images of like what's in there and stuff. I feel like just the text would have been more than enough for me. And like if it was like bop 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 bop, and then like at the end it shows all the likes you got for it, I guess I would have been okay with that too. You know, like instead of it being like, oh, I brought like 30 items and I have to wait 20 minutes for this shit to fucking, you know, like load in and all these small likes and whatever. I mean, it's cool, but like you don't have to sit here. And I could just skip it all, I guess. And there we go, 3rd level, finally.
Good work, Sam. It seems your connection level is increasing. As your connection level increases, larger quantities of resources will be made available to you at our facilities.
Right, so as you increase your connection, you'll be able to increase the amount of materials that you can use. However, you also tend to get objects that you can use. So for instance, here my bandwidth went up to 2,120 instead of the 1516. But I also was able to get a large amount of resources. My chiral crystals went up, my resins went up, my metals went up, and the availability of these also went up. But at 4 stars, you also get some other shit. And you can get like new hologram data. I don't really know much about it, but I guess it's after a certain level that you get to customize your own stuff, which is pretty neat. So yeah, the more you customize, the more you play, the more you get to do and customize your buildings and stuff. We'll be seeing those later on. There's this one bridge I remember seeing that had like one of those giraffe like things from Horizon Zero Dawn. Like it had one of those, which was fucking amazing to see. I didn't know that this game referenced it. But just like that, we finally made it to miscellaneous number 10 rather, and I can show off what you get for getting 10 in a specific area. So when that happens, whenever you rank up, get a new piece of the star, you will eventually. Can you just skip it? Just keep going. I want to show this off. You can increase your more likes, and you can now receive more likes, which is great for miscellaneous. Doesn't sound like a lot, but the likes do add up, and they do add towards your total score, and you can build it up and stuff. But that's just the miscellaneous. Cargo condition like makes it so that you don't damage your cargo that much. Bridge link allows you to do whatever bridge link does, delivery time. It's just they just give you like small benefits so that you keep increasing your total amount of time. Your total amount of score. And for getting like a 3rd star or maybe 4th star, I don't know if it's 4 or 3 stars, but whatever, I got a hat. And you can customize Sam by wearing a hat. Personally, I like the hat.
All right. Until next time.
That's just because I don't really like the way Norman looks with his hair tied up like that. He has too short a hair for it to work for him. That's like too small a ponytail. It's really dumb. I kind of wish you had the ability to like lower his hair. But you can with the hat. Because now I have my free-flowing hair all I want. That is pretty cool. So we're going to enter up the private room, drink up some monster energy, take a piss, take a nap, refill my energy, refill my blood, and then we're going to be heading back to Waystation, whatever it's called. Waystation, whatever. Yeah. Along the way, I kind of just cut out some of the stuff just because, whatever. There was no cutscene. If there's ever a cutscene from coming back from the private room, I will show it off. But now, I have to head back to the Waystation. But let's see if I can pick up any other jobs that I can not rest. Go to the fucking activation terminal. There we go. And there isn't, so we're just gonna have to cut my way all the way over there, I guess. But we can take a look at the share locker at least.
Sam, you can use share lockers to exchange cargo with other porters.
Yeah, and you can pick up cargo from the share lockers as well.
Private locker.
And the private locker is the same thing as a share locker, but instead of sharing with other people, you can only put whatever you want in this specific location. So let's say I leave my ladder here at Capital Knot City. I cannot pick up that ladder at the Waystation west of Capital Knot City. It does not transfer from one location to another location. So whatever you leave here will stay here until you come back and move it. Keep that in mind. But whatever you put in the share locker goes to everyone else and they can use it. So it's one of those things of, oh, do you want to be nice or do you want to like think you're going to come back here and pick it up? It's kind of one of those things. Considering a lot of things that I tend to leave behind are just supplies.
Sam, you can use that PCC to build a postbox.
Cool. Anyway, considering the things I tend to put away in my private box are things that I can fabricate for cheap anyway, I don't really necessarily think it's that useful other than like, oh, I'm carrying too much, I don't need all this crap on me, I can just throw it in here and then maybe later I'll come back and pick it up or whatever. So there's that. But yeah, honestly, I remember like hearing some of the reviews for this game before even picking it up, and like I had no idea what the hell people were talking about. And like I didn't like fully read reviews or like fully watch people review this game because I wanted to go into it blind and make my own opinions of it. But I remember like the one thing floating around was like, oh yeah, it's just a glorified walking simulator. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess it is if you've only played it for maybe like a few hours. Which granted, this game is extremely a slow burn. It does take forever for this game to get interesting. I'm not saying that I wasn't interested when playing it, but I can see where someone else can be like, oh, this game isn't for me, when 4 hours in, you haven't really done anything yet. You've only made it to like a handful of things, and you're still really getting used to like the tutorial stuff. Like 4 hours in, you're still doing tutorial shit. You know what I'm saying? Oops, I didn't mean to hit my desk there. But yeah, like this game is a super slow burn, and I can understand that. But what I tend to tell people, or at least what I want to tell people, is if you're interested in like the small snippets of gameplay that you've played up until now, or you're interested at all in the story, stick with it. The game opens up in episode 3. Once we hit episode 3, this game becomes super large, expansive, and you get to pretty much explore and do a whole lot of stuff. And there we go. Now we're back at the west side station, whatever. I picked up a few objects along the way just because it was along the way here. We got missions to do here, so let's see if we can do them. I was looking at the footage from the last thing, and everything looked fine. I guess it's just my preview screen over here that looks like garbage. When, whatever. You know, like whatever. Like whenever I like fast forward something or fade it, whatever, for whatever reason, in this game, and this game only, really, it just looks like garbage. It looks all choppy and shit. But it looked fine on the replay, so I'm hoping that YouTube doesn't screw over the footage quality, because when I was looking at it, it looked fucking immaculate. It looked beautiful. It looked like I was playing the shit on my screen. Like, it was great. Footage came out like as I played it on my TV, so I'm really hoping YouTube's compression doesn't fuck it all up, which it probably will, because it's YouTube. But yeah, so along the way I found some stuff and I delivered it. So if I do end up doing anything like this, I will be showing it off just so you guys aren't confused.
All right then. Thanks for everything.
But yeah, I just cut it out, made it back here. Now we're going to take on the missions.
New order available. Please access delivery.
Cool. All right, so what's the new order we're going to be taking on? We got... Nope. I didn't mean to do that. Yep, shop. I do not care. Which,
You can access the share locker to collect it.
Yep. I just do not care. I got it. Claim cargo. People leave stuff. I can pick it up. Yep, that's pretty simple. Self-explanatory. Oh, this guy's lost cargo? That's pretty cool. You can pick it up and bring it to wherever it needs to be. It's simple. Don't worry about it. So, like, essentially, if you donate something, you want to pick something else up, you go into the claim cargo. That's how that works. I picked up these plant samples I saw earlier. I had no idea what to do with them. So I'm just going to, like, put them in my hand and leave them there. Maybe someone else can figure it out. But you really can't do anything about the damaged stuff at the moment. Later on, you'll be able to recycle things, and I think you can recycle damaged goods. But I think even further later on in the game, you're able to actually dispose of them. And there's like this one guy who's like, I think it's like a junk dealer, and he pretty much has objects outside of his house that allow you to like pick them up and throw them into a crater and then watch them like melt. Whatever, that's like how you are supposed to dispose of them, I guess. But so we're gonna pick up this mission here, mission number 5, it looks like, and I think we're also gonna pick up the Postbox mission.
You'll need to use a PCC.
Right, so you're gonna need a PCC, which is your.
Saying, but if you're not already carrying a PCC, you'll want to fabricate one.
Yes. Cool. So your PCC, I don't know what it stands for. I think it's like portable construction, whatever. Portable chiral construction. That's what it was. Portable chiral constructor. And essentially what you do with these is you can build structures like a post box. Later on we'll be building a bridge. You can make zip lines, make whatever. But you're going to need the materials necessary for it to be built. So let's say, I don't know, like let's say a bridge takes like 300 chiral crystals, 800 metals, and 200 ceramics, which are some of the materials in this game. You're going to need to have all those materials in order to build it. What the PCC does is that it makes an area for you to build whatever it is that you're going to build, but then you need to supply the necessary materials for it to be done. The chiral printer can't print it out.
Assuming you've got your PCC in order,
Yep.
head to the site I designated and build that postbox, would you?
Yeah, go fuck
You
yourself.
should have no trouble finding it if you check your map and compass from time to time.
Alrighty. So I believe I couldn't figure out what this door was for the life of me. I guess you can't do anything about that. So I believe I do this chapter in 2 parts, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check my notes. I don't remember. I think this one's 2 chapters, and I think episode 3, the longest chapter, I think I did in like 3 or 4 parts. But then after that, everything else is usually like 1 or 2 chapters, or 2 parts really. So I don't know how I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do like every other day, but every other day I do a full chapter, and like I upload an entire chapter, but that's like 16 days to work on the review and edit it all and whatever. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to do like, so mind you, there are 23 parts in this playthrough already. Like, I've edited all, and I just have to record audio for it. And I haven't figured out if I want to do 23 days worth of content, and then like every other day I do a different playthrough, which I'm thinking of doing Jimmy Neutron. I don't know if I want to do Boy Genius, because I recently remembered that I picked that game up, or if I want to do Attack of the Twonkies. Like, I don't know which one I want to play. Honestly, I was looking at them both. I was like, I need to play these games. I haven't played them yet. I have them, but I haven't played them yet. They seem really dumb, and I'm so interested in playing them. And as it turns out, people who watch my channel come for Pimp My Ride. So that and the bonus content for Sly 1. I don't understand it. I was not expecting Pimp My Ride to be my most viewed playthrough. I was not expecting that. I thought to myself when I did that game, oh, this is a shitty game. I get to describe the negative scale on a review for once. And then I played it and I was like, wow, this game isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's not even like enjoyably bad. It's just like a really bad game. And you know, like, I was going to play Yu Yu Hakusho for the Game Boy too, but like I haven't, like every time I record that thing, it fucking like dies on me. So I have to figure out a way to record it and make it look good at the same time. Like, and that's because like AVI files aren't, or AVI files aren't the best files for them to record, and the Visual Boy only records that way. And I don't have a way to record Game Boy games because I actually physically own that copy. I actually own a copy of Yu Yu Hakusho Spirit Detective for Game Boy. And I will tell you now, it is not worth the picking it up. I picked it up as a joke for like $3 at my not so local mom and pop shop, and boy, was it probably the worst $3 I've spent. Like, it's just really dumb. But I really want to talk about that game, but I also want to play through that game for the channel. I can beat it in like 2.5 hours if I'm not dicking around.
Sam, I see you've arrived at the designated site. Good. When you're ready to proceed, activate your PCC.
Okay, and
Build a post
oh,
box
fuck
within the
you,
area
Die-Hardman, Jesus.
specified.
Right, to do that is you go into your right D-pad, you press right on your D-pad like you do for your ladder and anchors and whatever, and you pull it out, whip it out, hold L2, and then using the D-pad up and down, you get to pick, I think it's D-pad at least, you get to pick what you want to build. Since we're building a post box, we're going to build a post box, which is the first thing. Cool. And then what's really cool about the post box, or anything that the chiral printer builds, is that you get to see it printed in front of your face with the countdown, and it's pretty neat. So I guess post boxes are the only things that don't need materials to build, but things like bridges, which we're going to be taking a look at later, they do. They need materials to build. But I guess post boxes are just one of those things that you don't really need to worry about. But in doing so, we beat the mission, and we built a post box. That's one of the missions. So, cool.
It's a fine-looking Postbox. If you access it and select Share Locker, you can share cargo and equipment with your fellow porters. Deposit a ladder and a climbing anchor, and I'm sure someone will eventually come along who could use it. If you've got enough supplies, why not leave some behind? Do right by others, they'll do right by you.
Yeah, well, that's a fair point. But now we can move on to our actual mission, which is heading over here to that distribution center and doing the rare metal delivery for the distribution center west, whatever. I wasn't reading it. Wherever we're going, that's where we're heading next. So let's head over there. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, Yu Hakusho. So yeah, Yu Hakusho. Spirit Detective for Game Boy. I really, really want to talk about that game, but I really want to play through it for the channel. Maybe I can figure something out. I don't know. Maybe that every other day schedule can line up for a day with a Yu Hakusho and then like another review for Yu Hakusho. I don't know, man. My point is, so I really want to talk about Yu Hakusho, and every time I try to record it, it just fucking fails on me, alright? So I gotta figure out a way to do that. Really don't. I've been trying to do that since like fucking before Destroy All Humans. I wanted it to be like Yu Hakusho, like haha, this is Yu Hakusho, whatever. And then do Assassin's Creed, do 100% on Assassin's Creed, which I did. I was pissed that fucking footage didn't record. Now, I don't know if that was me just not recording the footage, which is probably what happened, or if it was my capture card, which fucking bugged out, which also happened during this playthrough. So I don't know if that means I have to get a new capture card. Might be just the fucking thing. It's an old capture card though. I've had it since like 2013. It worked beautifully back then, but like I don't know, since like the updates and whatever, it's just gotten like shittier and shittier. I have no idea. Maybe it's just my computer too. Just an old computer. I gotta upgrade my hardware. I gotta get a new capture card. But like, man, I don't got the money for that right now. I gotta work for that shit, man. I gotta like save up for a new capture card, which is what I'm looking at. The Elgato 60, I think, 60S or whatever it's called. That's like $200 and something, which honestly is a lot, but it's a lot cheaper than what I purchased for my capture card. I think mine was like $320 or something. It was kind of expensive. And then and I need a new computer on top of that, because with that capture card, my computer doesn't support the specs for it to be necessary. Like, I think I have the right processor for it. Like, I have.
How you doing, Sam?
A Radeon AMD, whatever, 3620, I think it is. Like, I have a super long, like, whatever it is. Like, I have a processor that's equivalent to like an i3, I think, or an i5, which I think was fine for this one. I don't know though, because Elgato doesn't really support like the AMDs or rather the APUs or whatever processors. Like, they don't support them that well. Like, their products don't really work so well. So I need to get like a computer with an Intel i5 and like decent RAM. This is what this game is doing to me. It's like, now I'm talking about like random shit that doesn't even fucking pertain to the video game. Now I'm just tangenting on stupid shit that doesn't even fucking matter. Is my mic even on? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Yeah, that happens to me though. Sometimes I'll be like so into what I'm doing, like talking whatever in the video, and then like I won't even realize that I turned off my mic for the cutscene. Like, I'll turn off my mic for the cutscene so that you guys don't hear the fan. I don't have to like. It makes it easier for me to edit out like the gaps in the whatever, so that you guys don't have to hear my breathing. and like the computer fan, because I can understand like that can get annoying. But there's really nothing, like, there's no other way for me to do that because the fan is really loud. But yeah, so the fucking, what was I talking about? God damn it. Oh yeah, the tangents. So sometimes I'll be like talking about whatever, and then like, you know, I'll cut my mic for the cutscene, And sometimes I'll just forget to turn it back on. I'll just be talking for like 20 minutes.
This one's for you.
And then like another cutscene will happen. I'll go to turn off my mic and I'll realize it's been off this whole time. And then like I get pissed because I forgot what I talked about for like those 20 minutes. That's the worst, man. It really is. That's like one of the worst things ever. You know what this feels like right now? Like I'm talking to Sam and he's just like blatantly ignoring me. Okay, cool. So I wanted to talk about this. Perfect. Okay, so I was talking about like how the ambience is interesting about this game. And I remember I saw that guy over there and I remember feeling like, whoa, who the fuck is that? And then sheer panic happened when I hit this and they scanned me.
Up, Sam. Your cargo's been pinged. Move
And I was like,
now before someone has eyes on you.
yeah, before someone has
Get to your destination
that
ASAP
line,
if you don't want to get caught.
that line right there fucking spread me with fucking terror. I was having like a minor anxiety. I was like, oh shit, I was alone this whole fucking time. The only people I've ever had contact with were in cutscenes, and everyone else is like a chiral image. Man, fuck that. I wanted to like say, yo, what's good to those people, see what they were all about. And yeah, then they're like chasing you and shit. That thing terrified me to my bone. Like I was so used to being isolated that the first encounter with the mules, which by the way, these are the mules that we're running away from, terrified me. Like honestly, I was actually panicking a little bit. I was like, oh my god, I have no idea what to do. So I tried hiding, but I realized that they can sense your packaging. Like they ping your thing, like Die-Hardman was saying. So I was like, fuck, I can't hide for that long. And I have no way of defending myself. Which is not true. You have a way to defend yourself. Sam can punch and kick. I just haven't shown it off. I didn't know about it at the time. And I was like, okay, I can hide here for a little bit, but they're probably going to eventually come for me. So if I make a ladder, they might not come. They might not be able to get to me. So let's make a ladder real quick. And then go across it. Yep, just like that. And if we destroy it, they can't do anything to me, right? Because fuck it. They can't cross the chasm. What are they going to do? They don't have ladders, I hope. So let's destroy that. They won't come after me, and I'm safe. I'm all good. I'm all safe.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. And they're like, oh yeah, he's over there, because now they pinged me. So that's what that is. That's their little scanners pinging, looking for cargo that I have on me. And honestly, this is like a different way of doing stealth that I was not expecting this game to have. I was not expecting this game to have a stealth mechanic where the enemy knows where you are, for the most part. And I was just like, I was expecting just to be like alone throughout the game. Maybe like I'll find like enemies and the game will like bring them up in such a way where like I'll know they're enemies or whatever. I didn't get a good look at that guy. I was like, oh, that's just a random guy. And like I kind of figured like, oh yeah, you can deal with other porters. So in my head I was like, oh, that's just another guy. That's like another porter. That's pretty cool. And then they started chasing you. And now I'm panicking because there's a guy down there and he can fucking spot me. And there's a guy up there. So now I'm like, I don't know what to fucking do. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck here. I'm gonna die? That's gonna suck. I'm a repatriate. Sure, I can come back, but I'm gonna die. I can't defend myself. But it seems like they're going up the hill that way. So if I climb down, I should be fine. Probably. Oh, and they can throw stuff? Okay, well, no, never mind. I'm no longer safe here. Fuck. Alright. So yeah, the mules, at least at this part in the game, they have these electric stun sticks that they can throw at you. And you have a hidden meter. Also, I ate shit right here. I panicked and started to run, and I fucking fell down the mountain. I was like, damn, that sucked. I took a nasty-ass fall right there. So you actually have 3 meters, other than like the BB and your boots and stuff. You have your health, which is the blood, the red one. You have your stamina, which has a hidden meter all on its own. You have your stamina, which is blue. And you have concussion. And the concussion turns yellow above your health. So if you get hit by one of their one of their electric sticks, you start losing concussion. And if you lose all your concussion, that's another way to die. in the game. You just wake up and you lose all your shit because they steal it from you. But yeah, man, I'd rather deal with the BTs than the fucking mules, man.
Mules gave you trouble, huh?
Yeah, they really did.
Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
So the mules don't like messing with the BTs. So how to deal with the mules? You can do it a few ways. You can actually confront them, which I don't figure out until a little later on in the game. I'll be showing that off. Or you can do what I did and run away. And as long as you're out of their field, which you'll know if you saw those little random yellow poles on the ground, those yellow poles mark their territory. And if you cross that and keep going a little bit, they'll stop following you. You can even check your map. There's like a little yellow circle on your map. That's their territory too. If you're out of their range, they won't harass you. I don't know if it starts raining, they'll continue to attack you. I haven't really experienced it. Yeah, right there. That yellow circle right there, that's their territory. If you're out of their designated territory, they will not bother you. You can go around them, around the territory, not deal with them the whole time. But yeah, that's one way to deal with them. You can fight them, but I don't recommend fighting them at all. The combat's a little iffy. We'll talk about that when we get to the combat. So no worries there. But yeah, those are the mules. They terrified the shit out of me. That's the first encounter with them, at least. And they were honestly single-handedly the scariest fucking thing I dealt with in this game. That one moment was like the scariest shit for me because I was not expecting it. I can't explain to you like the levels of anxiety I dealt with when that happened. I panicked, dude. I don't think I've ever panicked in a game before. I remember like right after it happened, I was like, that's some good shit. I want more of that. I want more games to do that to me. I want more games to make me feel fucking panic when playing them, just unexpectedly, because I was not ready for that. Unfortunately, this game does not do that for me. Other than that one particular instance, I did not feel panic throughout the rest of this game. It was just that one mule that like fucking sparked. Is that a "Don't piss here" sign? Excuse you. Gout. Gout a mouse? Is that what that says? Fuck you, alright? I don't want to listen to you. Okay. Alright. How do I pee again? I'll figure it out, don't worry. Hold on, let me just place a sign real quick. That's named Fog? Oh, Vogue. Oh yeah, Fog, yeah, so that's different. We'll tackling that later. So you have a bunch of stuff, a bunch of these signs that you can use, freely use, whatever. But I don't like your sign. Gout anus. Gout anus. That's fucking hilarious. I will pee wherever I want. Okay, I got 313 milliliters of piss in me, and I will pee all over the place. Let's fucking go, boys. Yeah. Yeah. Take that, gout anus. 28. Pee all over this motherfucker. Yeah. No pissing my ass. Fuck you. Do what I want. Boys. There, now that I feel all better about myself. So what happens when you pee is you'll be creating these little mushrooms, and sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller, depending on how much you pee. But what ends up happening is these mushrooms are a spawn point for cryobites. So if you ever see like a bunch of mushrooms, just don't think about the fact that someone pissed there. Okay, just don't think about it. Just think about the fact that people were nice enough to spawn in cryobites for you. And like I mentioned before, cryobites are a way to heal yourself if you don't have anything on you. You can pick them up and carry them with you. Really useful. Let's pick up these resins so that I can carry them, I guess. And this sign tells me BTs are in the area, so that's really nice. So now I know that there's BTs in the area, even though Die-Hardman also told me that there are BTs in the area. Regardless, I now know there are BTs in the area, and that's really nice. Thank you, Mage Level 3, for that BT sign. You deserve a bunch of likes. Alright. So we're going to be dealing with some BTs coming up. You can see like all these cars, like how they're melted into the fucking ground and shit. Look at that. I don't know if they're melted into the ground, but they're like definitely destroyed at least. But like they're positioned in such a way that it looks like they're like started to fade into the ground. I wonder how that happened. Well, let's go around the BT area. Maybe that's probably the best way to deal with these BTs. So I don't have to like walk through them. Even though I'm walking directly into a BT as we speak. But it's okay. It's at a considerable distance. Oh, never mind. It's getting closer. I don't want to deal with that shit no more. Let's not go in that direction. So I was trying to figure out how to see them. I thought if I hit R1 I could see them, but no, what you gotta do is just stand still. If you stand still, you'll see them. But I didn't learn that yet. I hadn't figured that out. I kind of started grasping that the scanner itself shows you where they are. I don't know why I had a hard time figuring that out. It's like it's not that it's not obvious. It's just that I guess I didn't focus on the scanner as much as I should have. And yeah, so me scanning is literally just me trying to figure out how to see them, because that's what I was trying to do. I was like trying to figure out if I could see them or not. Because the first time we dealt with the BTs, I hit the scanner and I just happened to see them because I was staying still. But I didn't connect staying still to the BTs. I connected the scanner to the BTs. So if you see me like scanning randomly in a BT infested area, for the most part, it's probably just because I'm trying to look for them. Not so much because I'm trying to scan for items or whatever. I'm actually like trying to figure out where they are. But you don't actually need to do that. You could just follow your scanner, and whatever direction it's pointing, don't head in that direction. As simple as that. Depending on how it's flapping, that's how close they are. So as you can see, there's one on my left, one on my right. They're both at a considerable distance, but not too close that I can't like walk into, like I'm about to walk into them. They're at they're at a decent distance away. Once the scanner starts to spin rapidly, that means like they're really close to you. Like at this distance, you'll be safe, you'll be fine. But once it starts to spin, that's when you want to hold your breath and like try and maneuver around them. That's like my best way to explain it. It took me a while to figure it out, quite honestly. But I'm really glad I did eventually, because that was really useful. The scanner itself is really useful. But it seems like it's lighting up. I'm walking further and further away from that particular BT. And that to me tells me that I'm safe for right now. And the BB lets me know that it's dying. Oh.
Something wrong, Sam?
I don't know. Kid doesn't look so hot.
Nothing to worry about. Its functions are temporarily suspended, but they can be restored. I can perform the necessary maintenance at a distribution center. Hurry, though.
Okay. Yeah. So, if you stress your BB out too much throughout the game, it will suffer from auto eczema, I believe. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And the ways to stress it out are taking nasty falls, dealing with mules, gunshots, BTs can stress it out. Pretty much anything in this game will stress out your BB. And the only things that don't really stress it out are like things that it perceives as fun. So double jumping, zip lining, sliding downhill sometimes. I got likes from sliding downhill without like landing on my face. Moving fast doesn't stress out the BB. It actually has fun doing that. So, luckily for us, the game developers were kind enough to not show us what happens during a BT infested area or a mule infested area. Well, actually, it would be fine in the mule infested area because if you're dealing with mules, you can see them. You don't have to worry about them. But at least in a BT infested area, is nice. So one tidbit I would. Oh shit!
When the strain on your BB exceeds sustainable levels, it triggers the production of harmful compounds, and the body, in essence, begins to attack itself. It's called autotoxemia. If your BB's not performing to spec, drop by your private room and see if the incubator helps.
Right. So as Die-Hardman was saying that you can fix it by just stopping by a private room, which I recommend every hour or two, just to swing by a private room, take a nap. It refills everything. This game has a limiter, as you can see on my sprint meter. Next to that gray part on the right hand side, that like dashed, like the, what's it called? The hash marks, hatchets, at the hatch marks. That tells you that your stamina cannot be refilled up until that point. So if I drink Monster Energy right now, it will fill in that grayed in area, but it will not fill in that white area. And that's because you've just been playing the game for that long, you know? So like the longer, usually like hinders you about 2 hours in. So like if you're playing for about 2 hours, that's when it starts to really get hard to deal with. But a trip to a private room will fix that. A safe house will fix that. Whatever. Same thing with the BB. If it has a lot of stress, you go into a private room, it heals it up a little bit. I don't know if it's once it's experiencing autotoxemia, if you can shake it to get back up. I don't think you can. I think once it's at this level, you have to go to a bridge distribution center, a private room, whatever, to put it back in still mother and deal with it like that. But we can learn all about that pretty much in the next episode once we're done with our delivery. We can swing by a private room, make sure BB is all good, and yeah, I believe that's about. Oh wait, no, we have a few minutes left. I thought after this I go into the private room and call it quits. No, I think there's a cutscene then. Looks like, at least. Never mind. Okay, I take that back. My bad. I thought I stopped it at 2 hours, but it seems I go over a little bit. It's 2 hours and 4 minutes, but whatever. So we finally did order number 5, Rare Metal Delivery Distribution Center, west of Capital Knot City. And yeah.
Waystation folks told me all about you. Sam Bridges, with the second expedition, right? The guy expanding the chiral network on his lonesome, when he's not out making deliveries. So what'd you bring us? Let's see it.
I hope it's the stuff you ordered.
Thanks.
Above and beyond. Bro, I took like a nasty fall.
Through BT territory to get here too, didn't you?
Down a mountain.
They weren't joking when they said you were a legend.
I find it funny when you take like a really nasty ass fall and like damage the product. Wow, 6%? That's it? Fuck, alright, I fall down a mountain again. Just for 10%? Never mind. Alright, fuck out of here. That is immaculate. No, but it's funny though, like sometimes they'll fall down a mountain and shit. Like take like the grossest, nastiest fall down a fucking mountain, like damage all your products and shit. And the guy and the people that you're talking to will be like, yeah, it's still perfect condition. I'm like, bro, really? Is 50% damage? Like, is your standards that low for me? Like, how many porters go through here and bring you like 80% damaged goods? Like, holy shit. You got some horrible porters. And just like that, they joined the UCA and the chiral network. We can now fabricate stuff here. All's good. Let's see. Ooh, delivery volume's going up there. Ooh, 5. That's pretty good. That's pretty decent. I think delivery volume allows you to carry more, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I didn't make it to level 10, so I won't find out until the next time. But yeah, so delivery volume, I believe, allows you to carry more weight, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, it's time. Do you mind connecting us to the network?
Yes, I actually do mind. You know, I have to pose like Jesus does every time I gotta do this shit. You think my BB enjoys posing? Fuck out of here. My BB loves doing everything, alright? My BB is great. Except for right now. He's in a lot of pain. You think I want to be here right now? I gotta put this thing back in still mother, alright? You're a horrible person. Not Nick Easton. Okay. I don't know your name, friend. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, here we go. So now with this, we can expand our chiral network to 3,480 bandwidth, which is great.
Sam, as always, thanks for bringing more folks into the UCA.
I've been listening to you talk this entire time, Die-Hardman. I really don't want you to congratulate me, okay? Okay? Listen, I need to talk here, okay? This is my playthrough, Die-Hardman. Not your playthrough, Die-Hardman, alright? Die-Hardman. The names in this game are so fucking great. They're all of them have meaning to them.
Looks like we're on the chiral network.
Literally all of them.
And with those materials you
Except
brought
for
our
Benjamin
chiral
Hancock
network,
here.
we can
Benjamin
produce
Hancock?
lots of nuclear as needed. Think of it as our way of returning.
Bro, are you like the guy who fucking
Now head west.
founded this
Keep on
fair nation? This fine, great America?
Good. The distro center is on the network.
Sam, do me a favor. Take your BB to a private room and connect it to the incubator.
Benjamin Hancock. True patriot. Oh yeah, I got some shit that I picked up that I can drop off. So you don't have to just make a delivery. What you can do is if you pick up like materials like metals or resins or whatever, or even climbing anchors and stuff, what you can do is go to a distribution center and pick recycle and then recycle them. And then you put those materials in this area and you can carry up to that certain amount that you can't overdo. So like, let's say this area can only carry 3,000 metals or whatever. So right here on the bottom right hand, it says like I can put 2,000, I think metals it was. If I can't put more than 2,000 metals in there, is what it's saying. And then you can retrieve those materials to build bridges and whatever else that you need to build. Or you can use it to build fabricated items like boots and guns and whatever. So it's all good. But just like that, I think that's pretty much everything. Fabricate items, you can build stuff. I guess I haven't shown this off, right? So yeah, I can build like anchors, PCCs, ladders, whatever. But we're gonna enter the private room so that BB-28 can take a nap, go back to the other side, and feel not as stressed out. Poor little guy did a lot today. Panicked with the mules. Panicked with the ghosts.
Okay, Sam. Remove the pod and connect it to that incubator.
It's in.
Good. A temporary excess of stress. Easily addressed if we return it to its mother's womb.
Mother?
Located in the capital Knot City ICU. Brain dead, of course.
You mean still mother?
Correct. A steel mother's womb facilitates a connection between the world of the dead and the BB. And you, in turn, connect yourself to a BB, granting you the ability to sense BTs. These pods were designed to simulate the conditions inside a still mother's womb. BBs need to believe they're in one at all times to function properly. However, we can only maintain this deception for so long, which is why we must periodically update the environmental data by synchronizing it with a still mother via the chiral network. There. The update is in progress. Right now, the pod is synchronizing with the Steel Mother in Capital Knot City and reconfiguring its settings based on the latest data. Returning your BB to the womb in this manner will temporarily reduce its stress levels. That being where it technically belongs, of course.
Kid looks happy.
I'll try adjusting the oxytocin dosage. Autotoxemia should set in much slower from now on. You should remember that BBs are just equipment. Try not to get attached. Each one has been physically removed from its steel mother's womb. A process that renders them unpredictable and prone to failure. No BB on record has remained in service for over a year. It may need to be retired before this expedition is over.
And then? You saying there's no way to keep my BB alive?
You must understand, there is still a great deal we don't know about BBs. As we expand the chiral network and recover more past data, perhaps we'll find our answers. Oh, right. You asked me to look into why the BTs might be reacting to your blood. I spoke with Hartman. We should have your results soon. Anyway, get some rest. You and your BB are both exhausted. Good night, Sam.
You know that kid flipped you off, right, dead man? This isn't a thing, it's a baby in a pod. It has a personality and I love it. Creeps me out, and at the same time I find it unnecessarily adorable.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Sam? Can you see me?
How are things over there?
Still not under guard, still not chained up, still can't leave. But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east, back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, then, well, it's like Bridget said, extinction.
Come on. Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope. I'll be waiting, Sam. Waiting for you. Come and find me.
Hello, Sam. This is Hartman. Since you're awake, it might behoove you to freshen up. To that end, why not take a shower? It's good for the body and soul, and also my research as it happens.
I'll see you guys in the next part. Peace.